Hey, what is up, guys? I'm Chris.
And I'm Dan.
You're watching the Commanding Calls, and today we're going to be going over the AFC West games and seeing who we think's going to win each game.
I do want to point out that Chris is definitely wearing his team swag. I am just lazy. A lot of my wardrobe is not sports stuff. It is just band shirts. So I'm wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt right now.
Nothing
But I
wrong
do
with
have
that.
this. So I
Nice.
need to
What is
put that.
that from?
My wife's grandfather is I don't even understand what PSL means, but he has season pass tickets. So,
That's sick.
and I just need to do something with these because they're actually for 2022 and we don't have enough room in our car to stick them. But anyway, so today, like Chris said, we're going to go over the AFC West kind of in this series that we've been doing. We already did the AFC North and the NFC East. We're going to go game by game, team by team. We're going to flip a coin if we have something that we're not 100% sure of. And we're going to see who comes out on top.
Just to give you guys a heads up, I might be looking over to the left when I'm talking. 100%. All I'm doing is ignoring everybody. And I'm just kidding. I'm going through and actually writing down who we think is going to win, just so we can make everything as interwebbed as we can. So at the end of the year, we can actually go through and see who we picked individually for each team, so everything matches. Should be pretty fun. So far we've gotten, like Dan was saying, AFC North and the NFC East there. So a couple of these games we already know the actual predictions of, but we'll find out what the rest of these games are going to do.
I wonder if at the end of the series, the last video is going to be 5 minutes long because we already have all the other games. It's just going to be the in division games.
That'll be awesome.
Also want to notice, we tried fixing this before. Chris has a little bit of a glare in his eye. We don't know what else we can do about it. Glasses.
Glasses be glasses. And
So yeah, we're going to start off with the reigning 2022 NFL champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Right off the bat, I can tell they're going to have a winning record just based off everything.
I
But
agree.
preseason doesn't matter. Didn't their backup quarterback retire this year?
I do
Yeah,
believe so.
I'm pretty sure he did. So I don't know if they're going to play someone else in the preseason. Keep Patrick's ankle good. I don't even know how long it takes to come back from an ankle injury like that. He seems to be walking okay now. I don't know. Well, Chris, starting off here in week one, this might be the easiest game that we've ever decided so far in this series. Would you agree?
The Lions aren't a bad team though, but they are definitely not the Chiefs.
I'm not trying to bag on the Lions. Perhaps that was too harsh, but all I'm saying is the Chiefs are the Chiefs. And this is week one. Everyone's rested. I think the Lions will put up a good fight, but if I'm a betting man, I'm betting money on the Chiefs.
I'm 100% with you on that one.
So sorry, Lions fans. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I actually like you guys more than you think. Ooh, then we got a divisional round rematch. What do you think about this one?
I think it goes to the Chiefs as well. The reason being is the Jaguars are a good up and coming squad. I think they still have a year to mesh with each other until they really become contenders. You know, it'll be a good showing to see which cat team's better, the Lions or the Jaguars, who puts up the better fight.
I did watch a video today from a prominent sports commentator. I don't know if I should say names. Well, you can probably guess who it is, but just for the sake, they mentioned that the Jags are probably going to be the number one seed in the AFC. I don't know if I buy into that.
Ooh, I don't know who said that, but I like that. I don't know if I can buy into that either. I think the Jaguars are going to be a good squad. I think they're going to win their division,
I
but
agree.
but I think they lose to the Chiefs here.
Yeah, again, it's week two, barring any, insane like if the Lions and the Chiefs tie in week one, I will laugh my butt off. But
That would be pretty funny.
I mean, it is an 8:20. I mean, it is the first game of the season, I believe. But anyway, Bears and Chiefs, I don't know. Is it more disrespectful to, well, I don't know. I have high hopes for the Bears this year. What do you think?
I have high hopes for the Bears. I think the Lions are better personally, but I
That's
still
fair.
don't think they're going to be good enough to beat the Chiefs either.
I think the Chiefs are going to sweep the NFC North, to be honest with you.
I'm actually with you there 100%.
That'll make the rest of this part of the video easy. And then I don't think the Jets. So this will be Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. They have played together in the regular season before, right? When Aaron Rodgers was
Nope.
still in Green Bay.
Nope. I don't think they've ever played against each other before. Yeah, it'll be like watching what Aaron Rodgers could have been. Personal opinion there.
Well, Patrick Mahomes is already better than him if you just go based off of rings.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I go off of rings a lot of the time, and
I think a lot of people do. People are going to remember Tom Brady more than Matt Ryan because even though Matt Ryan was a great quarterback, we're going to say 3-0. Actually, I'm 4-0 right here. I'm probably going to say 5-0.
I think I'm going to say 5-0 as well. I think the Vikings do put up a fight. I have been thinking about the Vikings here recently. I don't know why. I think it's just purple colors, just we think it's the same. But I actually think the Vikings might be pretty decent this year, but I don't think they're going to be great. The reason being is they don't have Dalvin Cook anymore, and I thought he did pretty good for them.
When we talk about the NFC North, I'm just going to say I feel like they're going to be a slight regression. I don't know if they're going to have their record they did last year, which I'm not even sure what their record was, but I think
I
they
agree.
might have been number 2 in the NFC overall. I honestly would not be surprised if the Lions won the division, but that's something we'll talk
I
about
would
later.
love that.
But I'm thinking maybe what are we at? This might be a 6-0 deal. Let me be frank. The Broncos are my personal favorite team in this division, primarily because of South Park.
That's
But I
fair.
acknowledge that the Chiefs are the better team. What do you think, Chris?
The Broncos have lost to the Chiefs, I think I've heard in like 10 plus consecutive games.
It's been at least a few seasons.
I'm hoping the Broncos do beat the Chiefs because I don't want the Chiefs to be as amazing as they are, but I don't think the Broncos do it here. I think if it was at home, I'd pick the Broncos, but because it is in Chiefs Kingdom, I think I'm going with the Chiefs.
And I think this will be a real test for the Broncos because, I mean, we're going to go over them here in a little bit, but at this point in the season, I mean, we're at like a third of the way through. So it might be one of those things where we're going to see how they really are at this point. First couple weeks don't really count, to put it nicely.
Yeah, a
But
lot of teams are trying to get their bearings. You're seeing what practice squad players. Unfortunately, there's injuries early in the season, so
unfortunately,
you get a lot of change really quick within those first three games.
absolutely. Now, the Chargers here, I don't know. I feel like maybe this might be the biggest fight for them so far. I don't think the Chargers are going to win, but it could be a close game.
Is this in? No, it's not.
It's at
Chiefs
Arrowhead or whatever they
Kingdom.
changed the name to.
Chiefs Kingdom is good. This is a hard one because I could honestly see the Chargers going into Chiefs Kingdom and actually beating them, but I think the Chiefs are just better here. And as fortunate as it is, they're going to 6-0 on this list.
Well, then they're going to Mile High Stadium and playing the Broncos.
I think the Broncos upset them here. I really think the Broncos are going to get a win this year against them.
My mind's telling me no, but my heart's telling me yes.
You know what? Then we'll go with your mind and we'll make them 7-0. I'm with
I
you on that.
mean, we're not doing this to like try to win anything. We're just giving our honest opinions here.
I mean, on paper, who's better, the Broncos or the Chiefs?
Jeez.
It's the Chiefs.
See how quickly I answered that.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah, they're going to have a new head coach. The Broncos are going to have a lot of. I still think the Broncos might be bad this year.
unfortunately. I mean, Sean Payton may work out in the long term, but it might take a little while.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it because who knows where Russ is at? I mean,
And
that's going to cause a lot.
Pete Carroll's a defensive coach too, so I don't know. Now, I feel like this could be like the game of the week, the game of the month. This might be the first L for the Chiefs. We might have to flip the coin on this one. I feel
I
like
think we might have to flip the coin because I could definitely see the Chiefs. Where's it at? It's in Chiefs Kingdom.
yeah, but the
The Chiefs.
Dolphins. Are we going Chiefs?
I think we go Chiefs on this one.
Oh man, the Chiefs are going to be like 9-0 at this point.
I think they actually. Well, they're going to go 10-0 actually.
Man, and yeah, because we had said that the Eagles were going to lose to the Chiefs in Chiefs Kingdom, and
Especially after a bye week. Man, this is looking rough. We might have them going down as undefeated.
oh my god. Well,
I
I think
I could honestly see it.
The Raiders aren't going to beat them.
I don't think so either.
Same with the Packers. I don't think the
Yeah,
Bills might
Packers
be
aren't
out for
going to.
blood, but I don't know.
The Bills, I'm willing to flip a coin over.
Well, let's think about this because the Bills are going to be out for blood, but also they kind of regressed at the tail end of last year.
Yeah, they did. It showed in the playoffs.
And we could be completely wrong. Maybe the Chiefs' magic is up. I don't know, but I think personally, as long as Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes, and Travis Kelce are there, then they're good. But who knows?
That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, his safety blanket's there. I mean, Travis Kelce's there. It doesn't matter who you put out a wide receiver. Mahomes going to hit him. I can't remember who it was that I was listening to, but they were mentioning the fact that you watch Tyreek Hill go to Miami and show that he was a great athlete, great receiver. And you watch Patrick Mahomes, who a lot of people said he wasn't going to do as well once Tyreek left, but he's done amazing with other receivers that really don't have a name to him. Juju was good, but it kind of shows that both players are really good. This is tough.
While you're still thinking, I just was laughing because I remember the fact that Kadarius Toney is now a Super Bowl champion.
He is.
Man, yeah, this is.
I think you talked me into it. The Chiefs are just a good team on paper.
Yeah, we could be completely wrong. Maybe they may be totally crap this year. Who knows? Patriots, I'm going to say that is going to be a win for the Chiefs. I think the
I
Raiders
agree.
again in Chiefs Kingdom.
We already picked the Bengals to lose to the Chiefs. Someone's gonna be really upset
Oh man,
because
I think we're having them have a perfect season. This is
perfect season.
we did not go into this thinking it was
No,
going to happen.
I I did not.
I mean, I feel like the toughest opponents are going to be the Dolphins, the Eagles, the Bills, and the Bengals. So if they lose four, that'll be what, like 13-4?
Yeah, which is what I have the Ravens going at the max out.
They could lose to the Chargers one game and maybe the Jags, so maybe like 11-6, but that's like the lowest of the low I'm going.
Jaguars, Bears, and Lions will be your deciding factor whether they go undefeated or not, because those games could be weird because of it being early season. So
Yeah,
17-0. Wow.
here we go. Watch us be completely right and just
Oh my
cry
gosh.
at the end of the year, just both because we were right and also just because we're getting another Chiefs Super Bowl and we're just in another Patriots dynasty, but just in Kansas City now.
I don't think I'd mind it as much as Patrick Mahomes, just because he's entertaining to watch. I mean, Tom Brady was great, but Patrick Mahomes is entertaining.
I mean, Chiefs fans, they did have a Super Bowl back in, I think it was Super Bowl 4. So like they always had that. They were not insufferable. Now they're getting kind of cocky.
Some of
So
them are. Some of the guys I've talked to, like in between work when I go to people's houses and stuff like that, they've been actually pretty nice talking football with a lot of Chiefs fans because they're talking. A lot of them you could tell were Chiefs fans before because they're like, I watched you, Alex Smith, blah blah blah.
yeah.
Because there's not really too much for them to talk about because they didn't really do much. But I've definitely seen a lot of. I'm gonna assume bandwagoner fans kind of
Oh,
rooting it for the
absolutely.
Chiefs. It kind of reminds me of the Seahawks there for a little bit.
Yeah, but Seahawks still only have one ring,
Should have ran it.
right? Don't get me started. But I agree. Right now, I think Patrick Mahomes is very likable. I don't think his brother is, and I'm not going to talk bad about his wife just because I respect the man's family. I don't like talking bad about people I don't know, but it's one of those things where he seems like a good guy, and so I don't mind rooting him. I think Travis Kelce can be a little obnoxious
Yeah,
sometimes,
I agree
but
with that.
I mean they single-handedly, like, if you want to really think about it, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Andy Reid brought back Kansas City and are making them a dynasty.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. Speaking of dynasties, Chargers never had one. They're always the written paper winners of the offseason. They always get the best signees and everything else.
They make
Lil
those
Mac's there now,
anime.
right?
What?
I love their videos that they do like that. They also got Khalil Mack, didn't they?
Yeah, Khalil Mack is still there, I believe, and Justin Herbert is a good quarterback. I feel bad for him. He's going to be just like Phillip Rivers, where they never win a Super Bowl,
I
even though he
know
deserves
that's
it.
suck, especially when it's like they could be second in their division this year. And what is it? What is it they always say? Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. It's
Yep, they're going
gonna
to
be
be
kind of like
like every
that.
other team in the AFC, or excuse me, yeah, AFC East in like for that
Vegeta
20
to their
years.
Goku.
Yep. But let's go ahead and give the Chargers their due, even though honestly, well, let me ask you this real quick. What do you think about their move from San Diego? I feel like I like San Diego as a city, even though,
I feel bad for him just as a Ravens fan because I mean,
yeah,
Colts did it to us, and then we
we
did it to the
also, I was going to
Browns.
say we did it to the Browns.
I
I
talked
thought
to a
that's what you were
Browns
talking about
fan this
originally
week.
before you mentioned the Colts, but yeah. So
Talked to a
honestly,
Browns fan this week, and he was like, "Yeah, we don't have any resentment towards the Ravens fans," and I'm like, "I have all the resentment towards you." He was a very nice guy.
oh, sure, sure. So, okay. Preseason, ooh, that's going to be interesting.
They don't even
Honestly,
have to go anywhere.
yeah. I'll just leave that. We'll literally just say who cares. That'll be the first we're doing with this. Who cares? And then I think the Chargers might beat the Saints there, and I think the 49ers are going to beat the Chargers. Any thoughts?
100% agree with you.
Cool. Now, Chris, before we started this, you had mentioned to me that when it came to like some of these like teams, you had already pre-filled some outcomes because you just imagined that we had probably the same thoughts and we were on the same wavelength. With that in mind, I don't know which games you already pre-filled. Are we on the same wavelength? Did you pre-fill this one with the Dolphins?
Absolutely, I did because I think the Dolphins are going to be a good team.
Absolutely. No need to go further. We'll just say the Dolphins are going to beat the Chargers. I mean, week one, maybe they tie, but I think the
You could see
Dolphins.
it. I mean, the Chargers could seriously upset the Dolphins here, especially if the Dolphins come out and they're not playing as good as they should.
I hope Tua stays healthy and protected.
I think they're going to play good, though. I mean, they're a good team. I think they're going to be a good squad next year
Yeah,
or
I
this
mean,
year, I guess.
I'm still giving it to the Dolphins though, but and
Absolutely.
I think we have pretty much all but confirmed that the Titans are going to be number one pick contention. So yeah, let's just go ahead and say the
Yeah.
Chargers get this
The
one.
Chiefs went undefeated in our thing. The Titans are probably going to go winless.
Them or the Cardinals.
Or the Cards. I could definitely
Right,
see
right.
that.
But the Vikings, man, that might be a coin flip. What do you think?
Oh, the Vikings. It's in Minnesota. I'm willing to do a coin flip on that. I
Uh,
pre-picked this one. This is
oh,
one of
what did
them.
you say? I'm willing to hear.
I picked the Chargers win because I think the Chargers are the better squad. And this is one of those games that I could see the Vikings lose because they start playing down to their opponents. I think the Vikings could be a better squad offensively than the Chargers, but Chargers have a better defense, in my personal opinion. I think if I remember correctly, the Vikings played down in certain games to their competition, kind of like the Ravens do, even when like the AFC North isn't competitive and like Pittsburgh shouldn't be anywhere close to Baltimore. They're going to play down the competition. It just happens.
Kirk Cousins is good at 1 o'clock, but he's not good at any other time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be a coin flip, but I'm with you. You might have sold me on the Chargers.
Okay. We can keep it like that and see
That's
how it
cool with me.
goes.
Yeah. Now the Raiders and Chargers, I feel like those are probably a little bit more evenly matched.
Yep. And I personally think the Chargers win here just because it's in Los
LA.
Angeles. I actually think they're going to tie the series. Spoiler.
No, I agree. We can give them that. Now, okay, so I did want to point out a lot of people have the Cowboys higher than I do. I don't know. I feel like we might have had a little bit of the zeitgeist when we did our NFC East video, but it's okay. I mean, what did we say for this one? I honestly don't remember what we said.
We said the Chargers are going to beat them. We
Works
have the
for me.
Cowboys going 8-9.
Works for me. Like, okay, so I think we might have gone a little high on the Commanders, but you know what? It's our show. We make the decisions.
There's going to be
But
some bias. I mean,
oh,
they were 10-7.
well, hey, I mean, we're Seahawks fans, so who cares?
Exactly.
But okay, and then the Chiefs are winning that one. This would be a nice, interesting one. Justin Herbert versus Justin Fields. I feel like this will be like, towards the middle of the season, kind of get some of
Yeah.
those first week cobwebs dusted off.
Yeah, this is when the Bears could be really showing how good they can be. This is a Khalil Mack revenge game, though.
They got DJ Moore though. Who does LA have for a wide receiver? Oh yeah, Quentin Johnson.
And I can't remember who else. They actually have good wide receivers. I don't know why I can't think of them off the top of my head.
I'll give it to the Bears just because DJ Moore,
I actually was thinking that. So
that
I'm cool with
offensive
that.
lineman pick, I can't remember if it was Darnell Wright, I think his name was. I think this goes to the Bears primarily because DJ Moore is experienced and Quentin Johnson is a rookie.
I agree with that. I think DJ Moore is kind of undervalued, so I agree with that. A little
It's our
biased
show.
because Maryland, but
It's our show. We make the decisions. But
what do you think about the Jets versus the Chargers, though? It's in New
okay.
York and it's a prime time game, unless it gets flexed out because that's a thing now because the NFL hates their fans.
Do you remember? Okay, so you know that saying where like your initial, like go with the initial, like the first thing that you think is usually the right choice? I'm thinking the Jets here.
That's exactly what I was thinking as well. I
Yeah.
think the Jets are going to be a little. I think Aaron Rodgers is better than Justin Herbert's when it comes down to.
I think that at this point the Jets are going to find their footing, but obviously I don't think they're going to win their division. I'm not even sure they're going to have a better record than the Bills. I think the Dolphins are winning that division. Spoiler alert. But
Likewise.
yeah, but we'll give it to the Jets here. Now, okay, another thing. I want the Lions to win this one. I don't have a dislike against the Chargers, but I'm like rooting for the Lions as underdogs. See, Lions fans, I told you. What do you think about this one?
I think the Lions and the Chargers are kind of the same in respect to the fact that they are young squads. I think they both have like younger coaches, like coaching career coaches. I personally think the Lions win here.
I'll give you that. Packers.
I think the
I'm
Chargers beat the
Yeah,
Packers.
yeah. Kind of the initial, just like that's my initial reaction. Just because Jordan Love, I mean, I feel like they'll be good. They're not going to be great this year. I think we put them at mediocre at best when we did that one video. I'm cool with giving the Chargers the W here. I think we said the Ravens win against the Chargers here, right?
That is correct.
Perfect. Getting easier. Like I said, the last video in the series is going to be like 2 minutes. But all right, Chargers and Patriots. Ooh, this is, okay, I honestly don't know. This might be a coin flip.
It would be until I think of Mac Jones.
Okay, yeah, give it to Justin Herbert. Go Chargers. Broncos.
Okay, now this one could be a coin flip. It's in Los Angeles, but the Broncos play well against their AFC West foes, if I remember correctly. They might lose, but they play well against them.
I'm willing to flip a coin because I feel like the Broncos are going to win in Mile High Stadium, but I'm willing to flip a coin here.
Okay, let's flip that coin. We haven't. Let's bring out that guest star.
All right, so coin flip. Heads is that the Chargers win. Tails is that the Chargers lose and the Broncos win. Okay.
So we got the Chargers winning. I'm sure Chargers fans are happy with that. We let them coin flip.
Now, did you say earlier that the Chargers are going to sweep the Raiders?
No. I think that's gonna be a split. I think they're gonna split the series.
Okay, I'm cool with giving it to the Raiders here.
They're starting to remind me of Pittsburgh when it comes to their wins and losses.
That's a really good analogy. I think the Bills are going to win this one just based purely off their roster.
This schedule is not favorable for the Chargers, I don't think personally.
This video is going to come out in a couple weeks, but like, what's the deal with Stephon Diggs? Did he just not want to show up to camp? Is that what's just going on?
I think there's just something going on, and it got blown out of proportion.
Gotcha. Watch him be released by the time this video goes up. But
That would be wild.
anyway,
They signed DeAndre Hopkins.
don't put it out there. Anyway, I think we have the Broncos win this one here in Mile High Stadium, and then we have the Chiefs winning. So those last two games are pretty easy. What are we looking at for their overall record?
Overall record, nothing like their red for the Chiefs on here a lot. So they're going to be 7-10.
Oh man, yeah, they're not making the playoffs. I don't think with that record.
No, I also think it's just that the schedule does not help them.
Well, you know
'Cause
what?
they're a
Something
good
too.
squad.
I just thought of this. Kellen Moore is now their offensive coordinator. I don't know if that will help anything, but I'm comfortable with what we said, 7-10. They could beat the Jets. They could sweep the Broncos, maybe. They could beat the I don't know. They could beat the Bears. I think the Bears and the Raiders and the Vikings are probably their make or break. All right, so Denver, let's just go. Let's
Let's
ride.
just get this.
All right, Raiders. I don't know.
I think the Broncos can beat the Raiders in Mile High.
Yeah, let's give them that. And then we had them losing to the Commanders.
Correct.
They're going to lose to the Dolphins. Just going to put that out there.
Yep, I'm with you on that one.
The Bears. What do you think about that?
It's kind of an evenly matched game, but it really depends on how Russell Wilson looks, and I don't think it's going to look that well. So I think the Bears win.
Okay. I also think that, again, DJ Moore versus, I don't know.
Cortland Sutton.
Jerry Jeudy, are they
on the same page with Russell Wilson? I mean, I feel like Justin Fields showed that he was a better quarterback last year, personally.
Now coaching also has something to do with it too, because Sean Payton, I don't even know who the Bears coach's name is.
I don't know who it is off the top of my head either, actually.
Yeah. But no, I'm cool with giving it to the Bears here.
Now, kind of on the same page, Aaron Rodgers versus Russell Wilson.
I think based purely on talent, the Jets.
I think so too. I think the Jets have a young defense Sauce Gardner's an animal. So,
yeah, they won defensive and offensive rookie of the year.
Jets are a good up and coming squad.
But this isn't their year either. And we're just going to go ahead and we already have the Chiefs. So let's just figure out the Packers here real quick. This could be one I can see the Broncos winning.
This is one that I could see the Broncos winning as well. I also think Jordan Love and them aren't going to play that bad, but it's going to be his first year. I don't know how he's going to look. I think this will be a coin flip game.
I think based off experience alone, I want to say Russell Wilson, but I'm cool with flipping a coin.
You talked me into it.
Okay. Yeah, just based on that. Now, Matt LaFleur versus Sean Payton.
That's actually going to be a game that kind of will show it right there, because some people said that Matt LaFleur was because of Aaron Rodgers. So,
maybe Sean Payton he'll be like that for Russell Wilson. Who knows?
Ooh.
Has there ever been a coach who's been you got Brady and Belichick, you got Rita Mahomes, you got Drew Brees, Sean Payton. Has there ever been someone who had that kind of dynamic with more than one player?
You know who I'm thinking of in your head? 49ers. What is his name?
Oh, yeah.
He's a quarterback whisperer. And Sean McVay is also kind of a quarterback whisperer, but not to the same
Jared
degree.
Goff and Matt Stafford. Yes. And then the guy, the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. I think he's the quarterback whisperer personally.
That's a good point. Good point. John Harbaugh and Flacco, as well as Harbaugh and Jackson. I don't know if that's something worth noting as well, but
I think when you look at that relationship, it just shows him and Jackson kind of reminds me of a dad and this kid, just because you see how much respect and like admiration he has for Lamar on the sidelines. It's really cool, but I don't think it's to the same thing as like Reed and Mahomes or
No, no, it's not. But we kind of got off a tangent then. I think we were talking about the Packers, so let's go with the Chiefs are winning that one. I think the
then
Bills will
they're on
probably
their
win that
bye
one.
week, and I
Yeah.
think the Bills win it as well.
However, the Broncos are coming off the bye, and also I don't know. I mean,
I think the
maybe
Bills are the
I'm
better team on
yeah.
paper.
Let's give it to the Bills. Vikings, they could do what you were talking about, playing down to their competition.
They could. I could think this as a coin flip. In my head, immediately, I was like, coin flip. I was like,
Okay,
this
let's do it.
game.
Broncos win, heads, tails, they lose. Okay. Now, what do we have
I
here for
will
the
be.
Browns?
I will
Good.
be interested to see if we get any of these right
We'll,
and
we'll
how
get
many
some
for
of
each
them
team.
right. Yeah.
Just completely wrong. The
Can we
Titans are
just
the
get
best team in
above
the league.
50%? That'd be nice.
We have
Like,
the Browns winning, by the way.
okay. Texans. I'm
That
I
was easy
feel
enough.
well, I was just gonna say, oh, okay, you're talking about the Browns. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the Texans will put up a fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos won this one.
I wouldn't either, based off of how young that team is, and they'll probably be trying to mesh together.
This could be a coin flip too. What do you think?
It could be a coin flip.
All right, so we're going Broncos heads, they win. Okay, they win.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yep.
We have the Chargers beating the Broncos here.
Okay. And then I don't know, this could be another coin flip here. I feel like the Lions probably will have their footing at this point, so probably the Lions.
I agree with that. I think the Lions are the better squad.
Now we got Russell Wilson versus Mac and Cheese. So
I'm giving this to Mac and Cheese. I'm just kidding. Russell Wilson. I think he's
that's
the better
cool.
quarterback. I think the Broncos have the better defense. I think Bill Belichick's the better coach. And if they do win, that's why.
Yeah, that's fair.
Unless Mac just has a heck of a year and just does
Or
amazing.
they trade into a quarterback hungry, like we'll take anything team this year.
Ooh,
And
like if
then
someone gets injured, yeah, I can
yeah,
see
and then they
that.
just get a free agent, like they bring back what's his face, Cam Newton. Has Cam Newton pretty much just accepted that he's just done at this point?
No.
All right, what do we have here? I think that we have the Broncos winning this one, right?
Yep, we had the Broncos beating the Chargers.
Raiders.
I think we could split the series.
Okay, give it to the Raiders then, right?
Yep.
Okay. What are we looking at?
Oh my goodness. Not much worse than the Chargers, 6-11.
Okay. I mean, it's an improvement over last year. Double their record, double their win percentage. I think they had 3 wins last year.
I think that's right too.
I mean, we could be wrong about the Browns. We could be wrong about the Vikings. We could be wrong about the Texans, Patriots, Lions. I think the second half of the year, I feel pretty confident with the first half.
I'm pretty confident with the AFC West altogether as a squad, to be honest.
Well, let's go to the Raiders then. So again, preseason, don't care. But okay, we had them losing to the Broncos here, right?
That is correct.
And then I think that they're going to lose to the Bills. Well, okay, actually, I don't know. It's in Buffalo. It's
Who
the
do the
beginning
Raiders
of,
have on defense, though?
oh man, they did pick up someone with like pick number 6. I got to look this up. Hold on.
Because let's put the defense of the Raiders versus the offense of the Bills. I don't think the offense of the Raiders can keep up to what the Bills can do to that defense.
Okay, round 1, they got Tyree Wilson at edge.
I think this goes to the Bills here, personally.
Yeah, I think this is week 2. The Bills are going to be rested, and I don't know who they're playing week 1, but yeah.
And then we got the Steelers losing to the Raiders here, which I agree. These are two teams that are pretty similar to each other.
I'll give them that. And then I think, what do we have for the Chargers?
Chargers, they lose to the Chargers.
Okay. I think they could win against the Packers here.
They definitely, yeah, it's going to be a revenge game for Devontae Adams. I love games like that. So, yeah.
And then I think, okay, well, here's something to mind too. Let's throw this possibility out there because Jimmy G, I have heard, and I could be wrong, but at the time of this recording, that if he does not pass his physical, they're going to release him. And I've heard that Tom Brady's interested.
That would be interesting to happen. I hope Tom Brady doesn't come back.
But would Tom Brady want to come back to a division that has Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, and Justin Herbert in it?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So I think based off quarterbacks, we got to keep that in mind. If Jimmy G is healthy, I'm going. This is going to be the Raiders easily winning against the Packers and the Patriots. Even the
Let's go in mind thinking that Jimmy G comes out perfectly fine.
okay.
With
Now
that being said, we're already 6 games into the season. It's time for him to have his injury. So now we have to pick how they're going to do
now
attack
I was going to say I
quarterbacks.
feel like they could beat the Bears if they have Jimmy G versus Justin Fields,
I think
but
the Bears might actually be a better squad than the Raiders.
we can have the Bears do the upset here.
Okay,
Yep.
let's do that.
And then I think the Lions will do the same thing next week.
I agree. And that's 3 losses in a row if you count the Giants, because we have the Giants beating.
Okay. Now the Jets, I think that's a more of an evenly matched team.
I think it is as well. I just think the Jets are the better team.
That's fair. We can give it to the Jets. I think on paper they're a better team, even though I mean Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams is a heck of a receiver, and Jimmy G's a pretty decent quarterback.
This is the part of the year where he gets injured. Just saying.
It is, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about in my head during this. And that being said, Aaron Rodgers and those receivers that the Jets have, I think that's going to be even a better combination than Devontae Adams.
We'll give it to the Jets then. That's cool. And also just think about this. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams are going to play in the same game.
It's going to be wild.
Yep. Dolphins, I think that's pretty easy. The Chiefs, that's easy.
Yeah. Sorry, Raiders fans. Nothing
But
against you. But everything against
Vikings,
you.
they could beat the Vikings. I don't know. Maybe the Vikings at this point might be doing a push. I'm cool with it.
Vikings could be doing a push. You know what? You want to flip the coin with this one?
Yeah, coin. Okay, so heads, the Raiders win. Okay.
All right. We have them
Raiders.
splitting
Okay.
with the Chargers, so they get the win here.
And then they're losing against the Chiefs. They could beat the Colts.
I think they could beat the Colts as
I think
well.
at this point the Colts are going to try to get a better draft position.
Yeah. I think the Colts are going to be a decent squad with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he'll do good there, but I think the Raiders are the better squad versus the Colts. With that being said, we have them beating the Broncos too, but that puts them also 7-10.
All right, so here's the verdict. We
A
have
lot of green.
the Chiefs are going to go undefeated, and then the Chargers and the Raiders are going to go 7-10. The Broncos 6-11.
And we guarantee it.
That is a caw guarantee. So that is a quality pick. But yeah, no, I think that's pretty solid.
I mean, the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos haven't showed me that they're as good as the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have just shown me that no one's as good as them. That's just plain and simple. And that includes the Ravens. I think the Ravens are amazing. I put the Ravens in the same bracket as I put the Bills, but I don't put them in the same bracket as the Chiefs.
No, Chiefs are next level. I would be happy if the Chiefs became the number 1 seed and then got upset again. But watch it be another AFC championship hosted at Arrowhead.
You know what?
It's in the cards.
They can have it hosted there, but then when Baltimore comes in and beats them, exactly.
Knocking on wood now.
Not much left else to say here. We appreciate all your guys liking, comments, and subscribing that's been going on recently. If you guys want to leave any comments for us, we'll comment back to you, or we'll bring it up in the video itself. Kind of like the Seattle comment. We like to mess around with that.
Keep it civil though. We'll say.
Yeah, keep it civil. Be nice.
Yeah,
I got feelings.
But yeah,
but we have a lot of quality content here. And Dan, what are we doing next week? Speaking of content.
Oh man, we're doing the NFC South, so we're gonna be checking in Tampa Bay with them Buccaneers, going down to New Orleans. We're gonna talk about them Saints. Gonna go to Carolina, talk about them Panthers, and we're gonna be talking about them Falcons down in Atlanta.
I think it's gonna surprise a lot of people of how I think some of these teams are gonna do.
I think personally, just people can watch this and come back to it. I think the Bucs are gonna be absolute garbage, and I feel like the Panthers are gonna win that division, but we'll see what their schedule looks like. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
So thank you all for stopping by. Drop a like, subscribe, and we will see you next week.
See you guys.